come and join us down here in the holler. My name is Dean the Train Man Taylor, and I'm here with the Good Time Coal Hauling YouTube channel. I'm going to talk about some of the stuff we've done since our last video. As you know, we finished this curve and we're starting on this blank right here. We've had some news in the last month and a half since our last video. One, and this is probably the most saddest, the Good Time Coal Hauling Modeling Group has lost one of its co-founders. Jim Colson of Medford Trains, and a dear friend of mine, passed away back in March. So, this one episode here is dedicated to Jim. Jim and myself started this modeling group with the sole purpose of making railroading fun. Taking people, taking the fear and anxiety of the hobby, explaining to them how things work, why things work like they do, so they can have a fun and enjoyable hobby experience. We teach, we strive for people to reach outside the box and do craftsman kits and so forth. This is also a good tool if you're going to be building your very first layout. We have been busy with a podcast. You can find it on Anchor. It's the Good Time Coal Hauling Podcast, modeling podcast. The YouTube channel. The YouTube channel is almost at 500 members. Last count, I think we were 30 people away from it. A week or so ago, I got to be involved with Caboose Hobby in Denver, Colorado. He has a Zoom meeting twice a week called the OS, which stands for On Sheet. This is a really great tool for younger modelers, returning modelers, because there's some really good guests on there, and I was honored that I was asked to be a guest. If you get a chance, go to Caboose Facebook page, and you can see the previous recorded episodes, and also they have one on their YouTube channel. But enough about that right now. As you remember from the last video, we had finished Big Rock Curve, hence the big rock at the end of the curve, and we're going to move down to this blank. These being modules, they may or may not be together. So the goal is to try to make all the curves generic so they somewhat flow. As spread out as this group is, it's impossible to do a tie plate by tie plate rendition of the Western Maryland or whatever coal road we decide that we're going to run. So we have to make it Appalachian in feel. Now, we're going to take, and this was originally going to be Duck Pond Curve. Originally, we were wanting to put the duck pond here with the highway coming by and a little byway picnic area, but we got to looking, got to measuring, and it wasn't going to fit. It wasn't going to look right. It was going to look forced, and everything was going to be crammed. So what we've decided to do is we're going to bring this pasture field off. Our duck pond will be here. A house, not this house, but a house, will be placed right here with a U.S. highway coming up to a wooden rural grade crossing with two wooden crossbucks, no lights, with a gas station, an old 50s, 60s type gas station with the footprint of this paper placed right here. We have our gravel road that we're going to bring off, and it'll join to this road, because one of the things if you put a road scene, you have to have somewhere for the road to end. On the far end, it just drops off the edge of the table, but it ends. So, we're going to bring our gravel road out. We'll have our U.S. highway right here, our gas station here, with a small road, and a couple of houses back here. We'll do all that, and then we'll move on to the next curve. There's 8 total curves that make up the corners for the group. 2 of those curves are going to be called Colson Curve in honor of Jim. They will have nothing on them but kits that Jim has made while he had Medford trains. If you get a chance and you see us at a show, sure would appreciate if y'all would come by and say hey to us. Let's get down here a little bit, and I'm going to talk about some things we're going to do. Joey Ricard from Trackside Scenery has a video on YouTube about his track painting. And I'll touch on it just real quickly. Please go to his YouTube video at Trackside Scenery and watch in detail, because he will explain it better and more thoroughly than I ever could. We're going to talk about some of the planning aspects of the layout or the module, so you can explain or understand why we had to come to the conclusion we did. Right now, I'm going to break, and we'll come back and we'll talk some more about this in part 2 of this video. I'm Dean Taylor, and I'll see you after a while.